humor and this is Rajeev Wadhwa, and his project focuses on creating a speech that will deliver a message of humor to the audience. It is an 18 to 22-minute speech. It is from the Pathways Engaging Humor path. It's level 5, and it's to deliver his speech with humor. Title of his speech is Humor on Demand, a mini workshop. The thought of incorporating a little humor in speeches and during storytelling has challenged many of us. What if we were all able to remove mystery around this? What if we could make a science out of this art form and repeat introducing humor with ease and at will? Rajeev will talk about some of these techniques and encourage us to create our own humorous sentence as part of this mini workshop. I introduce DTM Rajeev Wadhwa.
Thank you, Rosemary. That was a good introduction. I loved it. Good evening, all of you, and good morning to some of us. Have you ever encountered a situation where you think your speech is going a bit serious and you want to lighten it up? You want to connect with your audience. You know the tool. You know humor is very effective. But when you think about like a joke or a humorous story, and you realize not necessarily this one, because it's a misfit. And you don't want to offend any audience. You want your humor to be relevant to the message, to the topic at hand. So how do you do it? Well, one of the thoughts that comes to your mind is, I'm not naturally funny, so I'll just let it pass. Let's stick to the point, to the message, and forget about humor. An easy way out. This is my personal experience, and when I decided to do something about this, I realized it was kind of funny. Look, I won the district humorous speech contest in 2012 with District 73. And I'm really proud of that speech. To me, it represents a piece of art. And it is really nice. And then I wanted to emulate some of that success into my inspirational speech and other speeches, and I found it tough. And just last year, I attended humor boot camp with Daryl LaCroix. And then things started to open up because I realized the things that I was focusing on as artwork can be converted into science. What it means is I can actually create humor on demand. I can repeat the process and expect good outcomes time after time. And I revisited my own speech and I realized actually I had come out with many of those statements. It's just that my process was different. My process was coming from an art form rather than a science. And this is why I want to share with you some of these techniques. There are many techniques, but I'm going to share only 3 tonight. Yeah, I have to be very careful tonight or today, but I'll try my best. So let's get into it. What I want to do is I want to be really short and sharp with my delivery, and I want to be really demanding from you, because what I'm thinking is 3 techniques, 3 minutes each. And in these 3 minutes, of course, I will be speaking for a minute to explain the concepts. And I expect you to create a humorous statement. And so I'll take you through the process. And what we'll do is, once you have created this humorous statement, put it in the chat for everyone uh, to actually have a look. And I have requested Evie to monitor the chat, and towards the end, she will give us, um, the some of her favorite statements out of all these statements. So let's get into it. I'm going to share my screen now, and let's run with this. Are you all able to see this?
Yes.
Okay. So the first one of the first techniques, rule of 3. I'm sure many of you would be aware of this. This is where you have 3 components to your statement. And the last one in particular is funny when you think about the first 2, because you are trying to, in a way, you're trying to mislead the audience into thinking, oh, something nice, something straight is coming up, and then you have something exaggerated as the third statement, or you may have a twist as the third statement. How do I do this? I've selected a topic, 3 essentials to be inspirational. So what do? I start writing down what is going to be a logical statement, what is going to be an exaggerated statement, and what's going to be a twisted statement. I come up with 10 different alternatives. Not alternatives, but actually items in the logical statement. It could be caring, supportive, authentic, and all those things that are actually logical and valid. And then I go to the next step, and I start to exaggerate how to be inspirational. And I come out with, this is just brainstorming, and I've come up with all these things that come to my mind at that point in time. And then I try to look at these 2 components to say which 2 logical statement I will put and match with the exaggerated statement. Does it sound funny to me? So for example, I said, I selected passionate and good storyteller. So 3 essentials to be inspirational. You need to be passionate and good storyteller. And then I selected narcissist as my twist. So to be 3 essentials to be inspirational is you need to be passionate and good storyteller and narcissist, because it's all about you. I can, instead of exaggerated statement, I can go to twisted statements. For example, you need to be passionate and good storyteller and be able to sell thousands of dollars worth of courses. Or you can say, yeah, have 2 million likes on Facebook. You want to sell people's personal information. And yes, you will be inspirational. People will find you definitely inspirational. So with this, let's get into this. The first one, I have selected 2 statements. You can select either of them, and let's see where we go with this. So I'm going to give you 1 minute where I like you to focus on logical statements first. Write about 8 to 10 logical statement that is or the words that come to your mind. So the topic 1 is subtle clues your relationship is over. Or you can select 3 signs that show you that you are broke. Select just one of them that you are comfortable with, and let's run with this. I'm starting my timer here. You have 1 minute to start working on it and start creating something. Focus on logical statement first. Just 10 more seconds left. Now let's move to the next statement, which is exaggerated statement. Let's try to have 8 or 10 options there too. I can already see few statements coming up. You guys are fast. Few more seconds, 5 seconds more. And then we move on to the third segment, which is the twisted statement. This is going to be challenging, so do your best. I think it can give something really, really funny. I see some of you, many of you have used some different examples, and that's okay too, because that's what we are after. Basically, I didn't want to not give you a topic and confuse you. And now let's focus on joining some of these statements and come out with something funny. So just 1 more minute to finish off this task of actually joining some of these statements and coming up with something funny. William, you're doing really well. Amazing. Okay, let's stop at this exercise here, and I will move to the next technique, next exercise. The next one is personify. Present the point of view of an inanimate object. For example, shrubs. They're telling, please mind your dog. I would rather have fresh water. So the challenge here for you is pick any of these 3 items. You can pick something else if you like. like a chair, a computer keyboard, or a camera, and speak from their point of view, what would they be telling us? I'll give you another couple of minutes to do this. I like what Terry and Jancy has done. They have done. I must say, you guys are amazing. You seem to be all experts to create something within a minute. That's absolutely amazing. Okay, the time is over for this, but you can keep writing if something comes to your mind. And let's move to the next one, which is acronyms and redefinitions. This is another easy one. From time to time in our lives, at our work, we use acronyms. It would be funny to change their real meaning to something funny. For example, this is from my speech. I have a separate folder in my Gmail account where I automatically identify and store the most important emails. The folder is called spam, which stands for super powerful abundance mail. So it's very easy to create different meaning for the acronyms. There is another example is math actually stands for mental abuse to humans. And now there is another thing which is very related to this is redefinition. So you have a terminology, can you redefine it? Like, for example, in my speech, this is what I did. Marriage is a relationship where one of the persons is always right. and the other one is a husband. So yeah, redefine something. And as a challenge for this as a practice for this, create a new meaning for one of the acronyms. I'm just giving some of them. If you have something else, go for it. BRD is something, a technical term used in IT industry a lot. Business requirement document. Or ASAP, DIY. You can select any acronyms from your workplace or surrounding. Alternatively, you can redefine one of the followings. For example, Toastmasters, pathways, speaker. But just select one. I don't think you have too much more time. So let's say another minute or so. Okay, let's move on. I'd like to invite Eve. Eve, have you selected some of your favorite ones?
Yes, I have.
Yes, please.
For the first section, for William McCombie, going broke, failing to make payments, taking up driving Uber, and trying to sell the kids.
Sounds good.
For personify, Sue L had a computer. Will you learn how to type? My backspace button is exhausted. And section number 3 for acronyms and redefining or twisting terminology. Their DTM was the winner of the day. Terry Wells had "Don't Time Me," and Francine said "Dangerous Talking Machine."
Fantastic, fantastic. I must say there are so many over here, and I'm laughing at almost all of them. So you guys have done a really good job. So now my next challenge for you is create a humorous statement using any of these techniques during the rest of the meeting, particularly people who are giving reports or people who are participating in improv. So that will take the challenge to the next level where you almost have no time. So the main thing is, I think these are just the 3 of the techniques, but I think if we all keep on practicing this, we will find that we end up naturally doing it when it comes to impromptu speaking, or when we want to put in some humor in a serious or inspirational speech, and it will just pop out to us. You write a statement, you read a story, and you'll say, I know where I can put humor. So best of luck with your humor, and I hope to attend some of your speeches in future. Thank you.